And okay, welcome back everyone to Strange Planet Podcast. And I'm just going to say that I guess from the way things are looking in America right now, if for whatever reason you're still wearing a MAGA hat and part of that cult, you really must just love paying more for the things that didn't need to be, because that's what's happening here. First it was gas, then it was groceries. Now it's basically everything at this point. And also, news just in on another note, apparently Medicare Plan D, I want to say, is going to be eliminated at the end of 2026, which will ultimately rise everyone's prescription costs overnight. So, yeah. Is America great yet? I'm just checking. What do you guys think?
All right,
Is
first
it great?
it's Medicare Part D,
Part D,
which
yeah.
is
What did I say? Plan? I meant to say Part D. Yeah, go on.
right. Probably mix it up with Plan B.
Yeah.
But
Go on.
yeah, Medicare Part D, I think is for like senior prescription drugs. I think it was created by George W. Bush when he was president.
Mhm.
Um, and essentially, uh, if you're, on Medicare, then your drug prices are going to go up.
Yep.
So a lot of seniors' drug prices are going to rise. And, in this day and age where inflation is through the roof,
Mm.
I don't think that's going to go over well with seniors. Unfortunately, when this goes into effect, it's after the midterms. And so we won't be able to do anything about it for another 2 years.
Oh, great.
Uh, and we won't be able to punish Republicans for it. And by the time, uh, you know, 2028 rolls around, people might even forget about that. Who
Yeah,
knows what
well,
other uh, mischief that Trump will get in by then.
right.
And
But
it'll be one of the
realistically,
things that people are suffering from. But like, you know,
mhm.
he's gonna cause a lot more damage till then. So might
Oh
be
yeah.
forgotten about.
And the crazy thing about that too is, like you said, nothing could really be done for 2 years until then. But you do realize the saddest part of the whole thing is like we just said, this is going to affect seniors. If they can't afford their medication, they might not make 2028. And this is going to be due to Trump. You realize that?
Right.
Yeah, like people
And
will die right now. Like they're already dying. I mean, ICE is killing people left and right, but this is a direct action to do just that. Literally, if you think about it.
yeah, I mean, if you have to choose between, your medicine and uh,
Your
your
house.
mortgage or rent,
Yeah. You know what I mean?
food,
Yeah,
which
car payment.
everything is getting more expensive, and so at some point, a lot of people are not going to be able to. I mean, it's already happening, but um, it's just another thing to cut into your income.
Yep. Another expense, basically. I
You know,
tell you,
another
man.
another thing that they've done is they want to do away with is I think it's a limit on uh, the amount that banks can charge you for fees,
Ah,
and so maybe it's for overdraft or I think something like that. And if you're overdrafting your account, that means that you don't have enough money in that account. So this affects people who live paycheck to paycheck.
literally. Yep.
And so
Most of America.
there's there's like a limit on that by law it was I forget who was passed by, definitely a Democrat,
Yeah.
one of
Well.
the last two Democratic presidents. So there's like a limit on that. And so, it's maybe, I forget what it was, maybe $5, maybe 35 or some almost nominal fee. It still hurts, but
Mm,
it's not going to, bankrupt you. Whereas now, they'll be able to charge you, I guess, whatever they want.
Oh, isn't that great?
And like I said, it preys on uh, people who don't have a lot of money in their accounts and, don't know if they're going to, make it, to the next month until they figure out some way to do that.
This is
And
sad.
so this is, preventing banks, which are, multi-billion dollar corporations from, essentially, they're allowed to have, uh, market. Uh, I was going to say monopolies, but essentially they, I can't open a bank. Can you?
No, when hidden
So,
Americans can't do
so
anything.
they're granted license to engage in banking, and so I they take money from people and put some of it in a bank, and they loan some of it out. That's like the boring type of banking. Then they do like investment banking, but essentially, like not everyone can do this, and so it's essentially we grant them that power to do so, but in exchange, they need to, kind of treat people nicely, not uh, extract fees from
Hmm.
people who are most vulnerable.
Right, that need it the
Um,
most too, and just to make their lives a bigger hell, because that's what this is happening here. Like, psh,
yeah, I mean,
it's
you're not
unbelievable.
going to, you're not going to like what they just want to make more profits, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing this because, if the person like overdrafts, they don't have the money to begin with. So you're
Hmm.
not really going to be making that much. You're just going to, sort of get them in a debt and in financial trouble. And that's not good,
Well,
especially with rising costs.
right, right. Sometimes I kind of feel like that's what America is trying to push, though, at this point. They want you to spend every dollar and every nickel you have. Go ahead,
Oh,
get
sure,
as much
sure.
debt as possible. Why do you think when you're 18 years old, they give you like two main choices? Either the military's up your ass or it's a bunch of college tuition applications that you probably can't afford. Because let's be real, this is America. That hasn't been affordable for over 35, if not longer years. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, like, this is a very like I can't believe everything we've said to this point so far that this is America we're talking about. Like this country is taking a nosedive, and pretty soon we are going to be like diminished. China is going to be, if they're not already, the new superpower that everyone's going to look forward to, and the mantle that America once was is going to be taken if it isn't already. And it's sad to say, but Trump and MAGA is the reason why it happened. And you can't fix something like that overnight. You know what I mean? So, like, this is going to take years to fix if it's even going to be fixed. Because, like, the things you and we were just talking about right here, there's no telling if it's going to get fixed. We just know the destruction is coming. You know what I mean? And this is
Yep.
America, land of the free. All right. The biggest crock of shit I think ever written. Maybe it was relative at one point, but in recent days, they're just words on a page. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, my turn. All right. So, starting out, the grift gets griftier. That's basically what I'm seeing here. And it's Trump leading the way, but majority, if not all, of Republicans are on boat
Yeah,
for
right.
we're just going to call it the grift because that's all it's about. It's all about your money and how they're going to take it from you.
Yep.
Why? Because what? We're like 500 million people in this country, more or less. $5 on top of that, that's what,
Nah,
2.5 billion
there's like
dollars.
300 and something million people.
But still, that's a lot of people. If you can con them out of $10, right?
Right.
That's
I know
ten
where you're
dollars
getting at,
times
though.
300 million people.
Yeah.
That's $3 billion. So why not just take it all? Why not come after your 401k, which Trump wants to change the rules for? Just so you know.
Yeah, if he hasn't already.
But that's what they're trying to do. They're coming for they cut education for what? To put the money in their pockets. They cut, funding to outside programs to help, all sorts of issues, homelessness and pregnancies and battered women and all this other shit. Cutting those programs. Remember the whole, Elon Musk and his whole entourage
Yep.
of whatever he was doing?
And he
that
still
was all
has
to
our
cut
Social
money
Security.
for the rich and his tax book or whatever they're doing with the money. Because we don't know what they're doing with the fucking money.
They're
We
probably
pay our
keeping it for
taxes and they're
themselves.
like, okay, just trust us.
Yeah,
Well, they pay for the Iran war. That's for
basically.
sure.
You
And
see
the
what I'm
tax
saying?
breaks for the rich. You know what I mean? Where do you think
Yeah,
that comes from?
exactly. So this it's the grift get griftier. So
Yeah.
those who have it want more. So that's corporate America's side where it's just like, hey, we're gonna screw the employee, we're gonna screw the customer to make sure that our benefactors, make their money and that we make a lot of money.
Mm.
So I mean, oh look, we're in the medical industry. Guess what? People need to live, so we're gonna fuck them too. It's
Yeah.
just it's all a grift in this country. It's all about the money. Has nothing to
Everything.
do with your safety. Has nothing to do with what race you are, what creed you are, what you believe, what you
No, they
disbelieve.
just use that as a ploy. But you're right. Yeah.
It's all to keep us separate. I mean, granted, some of these things are issues that people need to talk about, but they're minor compared to what they're doing behind closed doors and right now, right in front of your face. Look at my magic trick. Oh no, all your money gone. Where did it go?
Yeah.
Taxes, tariffs, my war that is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, right.
And now, while all that's going on, and it's confusing because you have to keep up with all the
Man.
shit that he's trying to do, and it's
Destroy.
not just the 401k. It's a lot of little shit that he's doing, placing people in certain spots to get certain things. He's got the DOJ now. He wants the people that make the rules for voting. Gee,
Right.
I wonder why.
Exactly. Yeah, for real.
He's got the DOJ in his pocket. He's got pretty much all law enforcement in his pocket. He's got the freaking Supreme Court in his pocket. But granted, they have done a few things that weren't along with Trump's insanity.
That's
but
true.
They're still backing him.
But you're right. Overall, it's not enough.
Yeah, so
it's just not enough.
In conclusion to all this nonsense that's going on, the American people need to pretty much sack up and decide, look, it's going to get worse for us before it gets better if we decide to choose to make it better. If we decide to not make it better and just continue being selfish assholes,
it's going to get way worse. Yeah.
This country's going to get fucked very fast.
Oh, yeah.
While you're too busy being greedy and thinking about yourselves, all these assholes that are in Washington, doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican, they're going to come and they're going to take your money.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to do it in ways that you have no control over. So, I mean, granted, if you're going to have to vote, I suggest you vote for Democrats because at least they're trying to help you.
Right. Yeah.
Some guys have to help you.
Yeah, and I get
Republicans don't care.
Yeah,
Republicans will just rob old women on the street if they could get away with it.
Right. But and I get the debate once in a while because sometimes people say, oh, well, they're, it's two wings of the same bird, and technically they're right with that. However, look what's happening right now in just the first 2 years of this shitstorm, let alone the 4 we already knew about.
Look at what the current normal is for stuff.
Exactly. It shouldn't be that
Right.
hard.
Been this way 20, 30 years ago.
There's a Politico poll out which shows that MAGA voters would rather vote for someone who has serious criminal allegations like sexual assault
Sounds familiar.
or other, serious violent crimes. They'd rather vote for them than a Democrat.
Why?
And specifically MAGA voters have a really high percentage of that. I think 60 something percent
and a low
people
IQ.
would knowingly elect someone like that. And not only that, but Republicans are slightly lower. But you know what was also a choice? Not voting at all. So
right.
if
So the
You
corruption was
know,
better than not voting
you
at all.
don't have to vote for the rapist. You can choose not to vote. You don't have to vote for the Democrat either.
Right.
You could just not vote for either
Just
candidate.
sit this one
But
out.
no, MAGA's like, no, we want the rapist in office.
Exactly. We want the pedophile.
Because they already have one in office. They have a rapist in the highest office in the land. So clearly they don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Clearly that's not
But they're
a
paying
deal
for all
breaker
this.
for them.
That's what they
Well,
don't realize. They're
They
paying
don't give
for
a
every
shit.
bit
If they
of
have
this.
money to go try to rape people, they'll have money to spend on extra groceries.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
everyday American suffering here. It's just that no politicians really care. They claim they care, and they're doing their best. It's just,
Supposedly,
no, you're not doing your
yeah.
best. And what hurts me the most is, while Democrats are trying, Democrats are not getting dirty enough. Let's just use that kind of terminology. They're not getting down in the dirt like the Republicans are doing.
Yeah, I know what you
They're
mean.
trying to do everything.
They're trying
by
to take
book.
the high horse, and it's not
They're
really.
trying to do it by the
It's
book.
not going to
so that
work.
nothing comes
Yeah.
back at them.
But look,
Republicans have a very strong ability to be like, look at what the Democrats are doing, and then like, that's it. But we can be like, look at what the Republicans are doing. Everyone's like, it's okay, it's fine. They're Republican.
no, I mean the problem is that if you like, Democrats have different values. Republicans call themselves pro-life, but do they really value people's lives?
No.
They don't value the lives of poor people. They don't value the lives of, disabled people. Certainly not minorities.
Right.
Certainly
Anybody
not
at this point.
women. So you have like a situation where this party just doesn't care. And so if you're trying to change the country, like, how do you do that when, you just have this massive, I guess, influx of just lack of concern for other people.
Right.
It's really, shocking to see, the transformation of this country over the past 10, 15 years. Ever since Obama was elected.
That was the last of decency.
That kind of was like the precipice for the moral decline of this country.
Yeah.
People couldn't handle having a black president in office,
right.
And so they threw a lot of temper tantrums, and the Tea Party, which grew out of largely economic issues. That rage has been replaced with rampant racism and xenophobia, misogyny. Those are the things that, if they're not valued by MAGA, then they're certainly value protecting it.
Right.
They value promoting politicians who do this, like Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Like, why are we seeing like Matt Gaetz? Why do we see someone like nominated for Attorney General that was accused of having sex with a minor, and paying them to do it, and
basically
apparently there were receipts,
right?
So
it's a fucked up country.
That Politico poll just underscores how depraved the MAGA Republicans and generally the country have become. So I think the danger, though, is if we fight fire with fire. First of all, the Democrats do not fight with the same lack of morality.
Right, that's fair. Right.
So like they'll never be as good as the Republicans at their own game.
Especially that.
So as soon as you start ratcheting it up, the Republicans Trust me, they don't give a fuck. They will. They honestly don't give a fuck. They
True.
will, go scorched earth, and they
That's
will win,
Yeah.
because as soon as we give up the moral high ground,
Then no one,
there
yeah.
is no bottom. There is no bottom.
Right. Just keeps going.
Um, and so yeah, that's the danger in trying to combat them, in their own arena. So that's that would be, we have to fight smarter, I think,
Yep.
and it's
Get
hard.
messages out better. That's one
I
thing the
mean,
Democratic Party wasn't too good with messaging.
well, yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's true, but a lot of people don't want to hear the message that Democrats have. They don't want to
That's
hear
true.
that
Yeah.
you should probably leave transgender people alone and not, demonize them.
Right. Right.
They don't want to hear about poor people or disabled people. They don't want to hear about, reasonable gun control.
Yeah.
Uh, I know a lot of people do, even Republicans, but that's not who they're sending to Washington.
Right. Not at
That's not who
all.
they're voting in office.
Yep.
So, it begins with like this tolerance for people like Trump, who, like, Trump is so dumb, but he's also like morally
Bankrupt.
bankrupt.
Yep.
And
100%.
so,
you all said it.
Yeah. Right. Couldn't be more spot on. That's why.
and so, if you have, um, if you voted for that, and because you have a sense that you're invested in him, so now whenever he does something wrong, or whenever uh he gets caught doing something, you have to defend it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
how far are people going to go in
To,
defending his actions? We're going to
right.
find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
But
sadly,
it also creates a culture where that type of behavior is acceptable and encouraged, even. Like,
yep.
Fucking sad.
Yeah.
we talked a couple of weeks ago about the White House teleprompter guy,
Yep.
who, apparently made $100,000, over $100,000, uh,
Making
placing
bets.
online bets
Yeah. What he
that
was going to say, right?
what Trump was going to say. Like, he had the answer in his
Which was such a
teleprompter.
joke.
So, like, that type of behavior is encouraged. Um,
I mean,
Yeah.
the grift. The grift get
yeah,
grift here.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, I don't know, like people excuse his crimes. Like, could you imagine, like, 20 years ago, convicted felon
Right. Wouldn't even
being
be
elected to
considered.
president?
Right.
Like,
Like there'd be
dude,
no
what are you
way.
doing running? You're a fucking convicted felon. Like,
You got to be
no one's gonna vote.
kidding. Right? You'd
Right.
think. Yeah.
That's
Like
like the
you're a
only ad
joke.
you'd have to run. Convicted felon Donald Trump running. But no, now people have to defend it. They go, oh, his crimes weren't so bad.
Right.
And it was a witch hunt. Like,
Because they just
you
listen
know,
to him. You know what I mean?
no, yeah. They just find a way to spin it. But let me tell you what that does. That, like, destroys the morality of the country. It
Yep.
destroys the morality of individuals who, go out and try to defend them,
Right.
bend their own morals in order to accommodate him. And
Right.
let me tell you,
Yes.
he's so fucking stupid. And so are you for supporting him. I'm sorry.
Jackpot.
Like, you are stupid for supporting him, because he's using you to protect himself, to keep himself out of jail, and to steal from the country,
Yeah, and them too, and
and to
those.
ruin our
Yeah,
country.
yeah, and to steal
Like,
money from those people, his own followers too. They're too
oh
stupid enough to
yeah,
see
oh
it. Yeah,
yeah.
you can't make
Like,
this up, man. You can't make it up.
he pardoned, what's his name? Or George Santos, or he commuted his sentence. Like George Santos was like, other than Trump,
The biggest
and
liar ever.
not only the biggest liar, biggest grifter, like he literally stole his campaign supporters' credit cards and used them. Like, because when you donate to a candidate, this motherfucker like took their credit cards and was buying shit for himself.
It's unbelievable, man.
Like
This country's so
not a
stupid.
donation. Like that would be one thing if he took campaign donations,
Right, but it wasn't even
money that
that.
people gave to him and spent it on like personal shit that wasn't his campaign. That would be bad enough. But no, he took their credit card numbers and stole their identities
Yep, and started
in
buying
order to buy shit for himself. Like that's the kind of person that you MAGA people sent to office and that the MAGA president pardoned.
Right, exactly.
And not only, no, you know what pisses me off about that? You know what really pisses me off about that? The fact that not only did he commute his sentence, but he also got rid of the restitution that he had to pay to the victims.
Wow.
So like you got your credit card stolen and your identity stolen by this person who became a congressman, right? You got it stolen. And so there was criminal prosecution, and part of the punishment, and not even part of the punishment was to pay back what you stole from them.
Yeah, and that nope.
Trump stopped that.
Yep, not anymore. They
So
got to keep it.
Yeah. So
Basically.
like, I
Make America great.
I just don't get it.
Such
Like
a shithole.
people who storm the Capitol
Right.
and just ransacked it. I worked at the Capitol building. Like to be on the floor of the Senate, I wasn't allowed there.
Yeah.
To be on the floor of the House, I
Imagine
wasn't
that.
allowed there.
And then you got a bunch of people with Confederate flags running around there.
And then like they knew what they were doing. They were violating law, and they were disrupting the peaceful transfer of power.
Yep.
And what did Trump do?
Enabled
he pardoned them, and he tried to give them money for doing it.
Yeah, he tried to put with our tax dollars too.
Right. That's fucking insane. I'm sorry.
So all the MAGA idiots are included in that. I don't know if they're aware.
Even if you support Trump, you can you really support like our country devolving into this because of what we're allowing? Like, I'm sorry, but if you break into the Capitol building, like you should go to prison. I'm sorry.
Would think, right? And
like,
there's laws.
Well,
if you beat cops, I thought you backed the blue a lot.
Here's the problem with the situation. These things happen, and nothing happens right away. So it gets elongated and put off, and then they start to spin it a different way.
Yep.
And that's when people are like, oh, well, it must have gone this way. No, we have video evidence that this happened, and it's just their bullshit ability. Fucking phenomenal.
Off the charts.
They can bullshit a fucking Eskimo to buy a fucking ice pop, and it's insane. Either their base is completely brainwashed, like the cult they believe they are, or really stupid.
Yeah, willfully ignorant.
Right. Yeah, that's the sad part of it. Blissfully ignorant because they're having the time of their life. Well, all of us are,
but they're also angry.
Yeah,
extremely
right. Don't
angry.
Figure. You would think they'd be happy. They're dictators.
Keep them angry at something that you never show them. Do the Wizard of Oz kind of thing. Ignore the man behind the curtain. That's basically what's going on here.
Actually adding more fuel to the fire you just started there. This is true. I don't do this often because if you want to poison yourself, it's a good idea to flip on Fox News. But believe it or not, I accidentally did, or I think I might have seen a clip in passing at some point. And I shit you not, this is what they said. It wasn't AI, but they were talking about some God knows what bullshit. But then for some reason, they were blaming a lot of the problems in America on education. They said that's what the problem is. People are too smart. Imagine that. I swear to God, you probably could Google it and you'll see it yourself. They literally said that. They said the colleges is the problem and people are smart people is the reason why we're in what we're in. Smart people. Imagine that. A news outlet, supposed news outlet, is
Yeah.
saying this on live TV.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
My head almost exploded. I was like, this country's doomed. It's over.
I guess we need to listen to our president. If we get COVID, just drink some bleach.
Yeah, right. Just go ahead.
Or inject the sun into your body, because that's the other way to do
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Or listen to the great ideas RFK has to bring to your health needs.
I don't even want to talk about RFK. It's just one of the many fucking Trump cronies that we're going to have to shovel out with the rest of the dirt and nonsense that he put in here. It's amazing how much that the MAGA Republicans have influence. I don't even know if you can call them MAGA anymore, because some of them are not even on the same side as Trump anymore.
Yeah, they're just
Still.
stupid. That's the problem.
They've infiltrated these spots, and I almost feel like we have to have a purge where we just fuck it, just purge all the Republicans at this point, because
You would
I don't see a redeemable one yet.
yeah,
Even
but
with
like,
Marjorie Taylor Greene flipping her script. Sorry, it's a little too late.
yeah, I agree.
You started
there.
with Nazi propaganda as their fucking lead-in to get hired as a senator or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah, remember the
So-
Jewish space lasers and all that bullshit, you know? Like, I don't know where they find these clowns.
Oh,
But I'll tell you
God,
one thing.
no
You
idea.
would think in a well-educated and a country with morals, at least, you would think, judging by what we're seeing, the next election you would think would be like 80% to 20. And that's still, you would think would be more than that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I hate to say it, America is that stupid now, where it might be another tight race, believe it or not, because that's how dumb this country has become.
But you know what also is going to make it a tight race? All the gerrymandering.
Yeah, and that doesn't
and all
help,
the
right?
the
That
bullshit
doesn't
they're
help.
trying to pull with these fucking voting machines and
Yep.
voting thing. You know what's going to happen if they get their way? You're going to have a special ID to vote.
Pretty
You're
much.
going to have to pay a pretty penny for, and not everyone's going to be able to vote because you don't have the money to pay for the special ID. It's going
Right.
to get that crazy, folks. I mean, technically, you are already ID'd when you go there.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Come
why
in,
I don't even
show
understand.
your license or
Yeah.
passport, whatever you have that's legal documentation. They look on their register, say, Mr. Smith, 2225 Way Road place.
Yeah, they know all that
Purple.
already too. You're right. They know where you live and everything. You know what I mean?
It's
Your
not
address.
like, people just walk in like, yeah, I'm here to vote.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
booth number 7. Dad.
Like it's a social hour. Dude,
You know what it is? Part of it is the laziness of this country.
that's
And
true.
I say that
That's true.
I say that with tongue in cheek because as we've progressed as a country technologically, we've made things easier for everybody. We've made it a little more convenient, a little faster, maybe
More
taking
stay-at-home
something off
stuff.
your plate. But
Yeah.
those things we need to do because we need to learn how to be a productive citizen.
Mm.
It's gotten to the point that, like, look at some of these adults now. They don't have to do work. They sit there. They get a paycheck from the state. They spend it on friggin' sirloin for their dog. It's just like, what's going on in this country? There's too much abuse of the services and basically the people in general. It's overwhelming greed across the board.
Yes, it is.
I can't
The
say there is
takeover.
one person within a position of power that has not taken any greed towards. I mean, maybe some have, but like at this point,
Very few.
if you don't accept the money, you're not playing the game properly. Apparently,
Yeah. It's sad. That's a sad truth right there. But I hate to say it, but the direction this country is headed, if things don't change anytime soon, America is finished.
finished.
Yeah, like if anybody out there was thinking about migrating or coming to here, I mean,
Stay away.
probably, yeah, like you're better off in Europe or Canada
Don't get me
or
wrong.
Australia. You
After
really
this
are
whole-
at this point.
Oh, the FIFA thing. Don't even get me started. What apparently he wanted to try to do with FIFA. He wanted to try to make it only for American privatized companies.
I overheard
Like,
something
what the
about
fuck
this.
is that?
Yeah, like
That would ruin whatever reputation FIFA has left. With,
yeah,
all the
that's true.
all the stuff they've had with problems and things with matches. But besides
Trump's Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Right?
Trump prize for successfully grifting all the money out of your country and starting a war that you said you'd never start. I give you the Trump Peace Prize. There you go, sir. That is plated gold. You will give that back when you're done, sir. Thank you so much.
Now that we're on that topic real quick, during that World Cup or whatever, I still think that was one of the saddest but funniest things. Because who ended up winning in the end? I don't even really.
Spain.
It was Spain that ended up following. But it's funny, you have the whole team up there, and then this one mental patient. It looks like he escaped the the nursing home or something. He's just sitting there waltzing around looking like an idiot. And I don't even know if you know, believe it or not, the airing back in Spain or whatnot, they actually, I think, edited him out. They took him out of the photo.
Yes, I
They
love
took him out of the video. Imagine the
fucking love
American
that they did
president.
that.
Like, why was he even there? He looked like a homeless man walking around. Like, it just, and this is our president. Imagine that. Like, I'm telling you, this country is finished, I think, if things don't change. And all right, everyone. That's all we got for this week on Strange Planet Podcast. New episodes will be every Friday on YouTube. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Hopefully.
Yeah, for real.